In the Impact segment tonight, Jesse Jackson's now adding his 2 cents to the Duck Dynasty controversy. Jackson is demanding to meet with A&E network executives to discuss the show's future after Duck Dynasty patriarch Phil Robertson's controversial comments about gays and African Americans. Jackson also wants the Cracker Barrel restaurant chain at that meeting after they had an embarrassing about-face from the company. Last week, it yanked Duck Commander merchandise, then caved under pressure and started selling it right again. In a statement released on Christmas Eve, Jackson said, quote, "At least the bus driver who ordered Rosa Parks to surrender her seat to a white person was following state law. Robertson's statements were unfettered, freely, and openly, without cover of the law, within a context of what he seemed to believe was white privilege." Meanwhile, A&E ran a 25-episode Christmas marathon of the show, even though its star, Phil Robertson, has been suspended indefinitely. Joining us now with analysis, Wall Street Journal editorial writer, board member, Jason Riley. Jason, is everybody making money off this deal? I mean, I don't get it. They run a 25-hour marathon. Beginning, I think it was 3 o'clock Christmas Day into the next day, right? So, and we don't know the ratings, but apparently there is heightened awareness now of Duck Dynasty and all the, I mean, not only, by the way, it's not only TV, let me tell you. There is a Christmas album that's selling out, right? There are scented candles. It seems like everything associated with Duck Dynasty right now is a hot commercial property. Is this all about making money?
Yes. It is
so
exactly
principle has nothing. It doesn't matter if you disagree or agree. It's just that they're selling a product.
Well, I think the about face by Cracker Barrel is telling, and it's. A&E hasn't done exactly the same thing, but this marathon, I think, is a step in that direction, acknowledging that they have massively misread the viewership of this program. I think there's a sense among A&E producers that people would tune into this show to mock or make fun of this family. But it turns out that people tune in because they share the values and sensibilities of these folks, and it's quite amazing how badly both Cracker Barrel with regard to its customers and A&E with regard to its viewers initially misjudged their customers.
Well, but the question is, what about the people, the pressure groups? Jackson now wanting in on this, the gay rights groups.
Jesse Jackson's been doing this for 30 years. Is anyone surprised that he has injected himself in this controversy? This is what he does. He's part of the grievous industry. It's very lucrative. Jesse Jackson may claim to be acting on behalf of black people, but Jesse Jackson is acting on behalf of Jesse Jackson.
Stop right there. This is a great point. Very lucrative is what Jason Riley just said. Very lucrative for Jesse Jackson now to put pressure on A&E. So what's he want? Does he want a show on A&E too?
He wants to be able to continue to go around to corporate America and shake them down for money. Give to my groups, and I'll shut up about this. That's what he's been doing for 30 years. You know, what's interesting here, Juan, is, again, Jesse Jackson claims to be acting on behalf of blacks, particularly downtrodden blacks, disadvantaged blacks. But, you know, what does Phil Robertson have to do with the fact that black kids are reading 3 grade levels behind white kids, or that black kids are shooting each other in the street over a pair of sneakers or a ski parka? I mean, what does Phil Robertson have to do with that? And how will sitting down with A&E and Cracker Barrel change any of those realities about the people Jesse Jackson claims to represent? This is about Jesse Jackson and his deep pockets, or his bottom line, I should say.
Well, but this is also then about A&E's bottom line, about Cracker Barrel's bottom line, Jesse Jackson's bottom line.
I think A&E is much more interested in reflecting the sensibilities of Americans than in trying to shape them through these programs. And they just found themselves completely misjudging their viewership. They are out to make money. I think this marathon shows that that's what this is about.
Well,
they fired a star of the show, or suspended a star of the show, and then they run this marathon.
Let me explore this for a second. He's supposedly suspended.
Right.
But, of course, he's in the marathon.
Exactly.
And, let me finish, they've got 9 shows in the can, meaning 9 shows that they've already taped and have not shown that will be shown beginning in January. And Phil Robertson is in all 9 shows.
That's right.
So what does it mean for him to be suspended if, in fact, they are making money by, in fact, saying, hey, Phil's going to be in this show in January, and we know maybe you sided with Phil, and maybe you think Phil's getting unfairly vilified by the gay and black community. So better watch, because we want you to watch film, and therefore put more money in A&E's pocket.
It shows that the initial suspension was because A&E thought it was going to hurt their bottom line. When they found out that that was not the case, now they think that keeping him suspended for too long would also hurt the bottom line. So they're changing course.
But the other side
it's
of
not
this
about
is,
values.
But yes, that's a key point. But let me just say, the other side of this is that they must have thought it was doing damage to the brand initially. Because A&E, as much money as Duck Dynasty makes them, is bigger than Duck Dynasty. So if they thought the gay community was going to react negatively, the black community, that's why they were running in the other direction. Now they find themselves, much like Cracker Barrel, they're changing direction. Now they're running that way.
Here's what else A&E knows, that if they were to drop this show, another network would pick it up like that. They also know that.
but you know what's upsetting to me is that it has nothing to do with principle, nothing to do with whether or not, in fact, you said something that was wrong, and people saying, you know what, hold on a second, you were wrong.
No, I don't think. This is the entertainment industry. I mean, they're in the entertainment industry. Jesse Jackson's in the grievance industry. Everyone is out to make money, Juan.
Jason, thank you so much. Plenty more ahead as The Factor moves along.